Senator, may we meet you, sir?
Thank you very much. My name is Senator Osita Izunaso, the Senator-elect for Imo West, otherwise known as Olu Senatorial Zone, Imo State.
We understand that you have served in both the Red Chamber and the Green Chamber of the National Assembly, and you are one of the most experienced senators in this 10th Assembly. Is that true, sir?
Well, it is. I've served in the Green Chamber and the Red Chamber. It's one of those rare privileges one can get in the legislative project. And I've been opportune to have such a privilege of being elected in the House of Representatives and also elected twice now in the Senate. So to me, it's a rare privilege, and that is remarkable and very outstanding enough because that enables me to know the rudiments of the legislature in and out. There is no aspect of legislature that I haven't come across in one way or the other. So I think I'm suitable. I think I'm qualified. I think I am one of the most qualified, if I'm not making any mistake today, in that National Assembly because we are very few that has been in the Senate since 2007. In the whole country, I'm not sure that we're up to 5 that have been in the Senate since 2007. So I think it's a rare privilege to me, and I believe we must build on it to get something reasonable for our people and also for our country.
We understand that you are a front runner for the position of the Senate President in this 10th Assembly. With your wealth of experience, what are Nigerians going to expect from you?
Well, 10th Assembly and indeed 10th National Assembly and 10th Senate is certainly different from the other assemblies in the sense that today we have a proliferation of political parties. We have close to 7 political parties that today have senators elect. You have the APC that is in the majority. You have the PDP. You have Labour. You have NMPP. You have SDP. You have YPP. And you have APGA. 7 political parties that have senators elect. So it is something that you have to strike a major balance on how to manage these peculiarities. Because before now, is either you have PDP and APC or maybe one more party. But today you have 7. So it is not an easy task to manage. So to manage the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is something that requires a lot of experience. It's something that requires a lot of humility. Don't forget that you are just head amongst equals. So I believe that I have seen it all in National Assembly, and I have what it takes to be able to manage the Senate of the 10th Assembly. But besides that, the Senate, as you know, requires rebranding. My cardinal point is that the Senate and indeed National Assembly should be rebranded. When you have a product that you have marketed for 10, 15, 20 years, you have to rebrand that product. And I think and I believe seriously that Nigerians expect a lot from us. It can never be business as usual because there's a lot of expectations. People are not happy. People don't feel happy about the way things are going in the country. And this legislature appears to be the only hope because legislature is in between the executive and the judiciary. So it appears to be the only hope that people can have to make sure that things gets better and better and better. So I believe that my first assignment when I become the Senate President will be to rebrand the Senate. The second assignment will be to work towards national cohesion. You can see there's a lot of distractions trying to disintegrate the country. So we have to work on those tendencies and bring everybody back to what we used to be. Because this country is one united, good country that everyone enjoys himself. People travel abroad and they look forward to coming back. But today, people are migrating. Nobody wants to come back again. We have to bring them back. We have to work on security. We have to work on the economy. We have to work on employment. A lot of youths have left school without jobs. So we have to do proper rebranding and have a very robust legislative agenda for the 10th Senate. So it is not something that we're going to play with at all in any form.
The current Senate under Senator Ahmed Lawan has been adjudged by so many Nigerians to be a rubber stamp Senate due to their inability to carry out proper oversight functions. What are you going to do as the man to carry the power of the purse, which is the legislature, in this 10th assembly?
Well, I don't want to go into comparison. I only want to let you know what I will do when I become the Senate president. There is need for you as members of the legislature to cooperate with the executive. It is complementary. It is not something that the executive and legislature should be fighting. What are you fighting for? You are only disagreeing to agree. You can't disagree to disagree. You disagree to agree. There are functions of the executive and there are functions of the legislature. So where each arm of government is trying to trample on the other's rights, it is for you to say, no, this is not your responsibility. This is our responsibility. So I don't know why people always think about the legislature being a rubber stamp. It can never even be a rubber stamp. It can't be a rubber stamp. There are several things that the executive will want to be done, but it cannot be done because the legislature have a responsibility to look at it. Why are people not talking about judiciary being a rubber stamp? Judiciary have gained their independence. Whatever thing that they say is law and is final. So the legislature also have to assert its own authority, its own dominance. But that does not mean that they're quarreling with the executive. No, there's no quarrel here. We are all elected to serve the country. So if the executive is doing something that is not right, it is their job to call them to order. That is why the legislature have the power of the purse, power of appropriation. Executive cannot spend money without appropriation. So when you appropriate, executive will spend. When they spend, you come back to ask questions. How did you spend? That is called oversight. How did you spend? So I don't see any quarrel. There's no quarrel.
Before you go, Senator, we understand the agitation from the southeast over the distribution of zoning of power or distribution of positions under your party APC. Are you satisfied with the way your party APC is going about?
We don't have to overflog the issue. Everybody today in Nigeria knows that it is the turn of the southeast to produce a Senate president. We don't need to overflog the issue. And luckily for us, we have competent persons that can man the Senate from the southeast. So if you don't give it to us, not because we don't have people that can be Senate president, then but something is wrong somewhere. It is our turn. If you want fairness, if you want equity, if you want cohesion, it is the turn of southeast to produce a Senate president. So I don't want to beg the issue. It's not a tribal matter. It is something that we ought to do, and we should do it in the overall interest of the country. And today we have men who can man it from the southeast. That is not the situation in 2015 when APC tactfully zoned the Senate president to the southeast, but there was no senator elect of APC stock from the southeast then. But today you have. So the issue of saying no, you are taking it to under zone does not arise. It doesn't arise. And I can tell you that at the end of the day, people are going to see reason and do the right thing. Because that's the only thing to be done to salvage our party, to make our party a party that people will know that this party believes in the unity of this country, this party believes in cohesion, this party believes in oneness. No aspect of this country should be left without a sensitive position of this nature. And the Southeast deserves to be the Senate president. That is the least they can get in this exercise going on right now. That is the least. Anything short of that, they're not being fair to the Southeast.
Distinguished, if this is supposed to be a campaign, what are you going to say to your fellow senators elect ahead of the...
No, the senators elect themselves are very honorable men and women. They know what to do at the appropriate time. Don't forget that it is one man, one vote. And don't forget that it is secret ballot. They know what to do. They know what to do. These are men and women of repute who have attained certain heights before coming to the Senate. And these are men and women that will take oath as senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So they know what to do. I have no doubt that the senators will do the right thing at the end of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Senator. We wish you well in this journey and hope that when next we interview you, we interview you as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank
Congratulations in advance.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What you say you have done, I just need to align, oh, because you are not a man that changes your mind, oh. Those that know you will trust in you, not in horses and chariots. By the arm of flesh, no man can prevail. No man, no man, no man, no man. My confidence is you. What is hard for you? It can never